Could be really anything right now, though, in this meta. I'm not going to play guesses because it's going to be the Aatrox coming in here on R5. This is going to give this composition so much mid-game power. I think a lot of people look at this comp, and that's where I expect this game to start to really kind of take off. And if Peace don't contest those early objectives, HondaLife Esports are going to, we're getting aggressive before I can even finish it.
Yeah, getting in there with the Amumu, not a bad idea. Aladark just trying to block off for his AD carry. It does a good job of that, but keep in mind, look at the gigantic wave that they're missing right now. Just the bottom lane of Peace just doesn't get in there. Chovy's looking for a solo kill here, and he's gonna just to get ahead here.
It's really crazy to watch him at work, you know, when he's got this big of a lead across the board as Vista.
Maybe a little bit too overzealous there, my good friend. As in goes the Tristana, and she's going to come out as well. Vista getting a little bit too excited as here comes Talia, though, looking to get the kills. There's the smite, and there is the second one going into the hands of Deft as he picks up the 2 kills in the bottom lane. But Peace are getting this Rift Herald as we speak.
Yeah, they will pick up the Rift Herald, but it's going to be at the cost of all that extra turret plating at the bottom side of the map, as well as this Drake. It'll be HondaLife's first of the game. So, you know, in terms of what you gain here as Peace, it's a nice consolation prize, but given how these lanes are going, will you ever really be able to drop that Herald is a question we'll have to wait for the answer for, because where do you end up getting value out of a Rift Herald when you're this far behind? That's why I called it a consolation prize, is Bottom's going to rotate up here, but look at the respect shown from Morgan.
Yeah, and Willer's down on the bottom side, and now Peace even get confirmation of that, so extremely safe will be Bob and Visitachi until, of course, Vista does come up here with this ultimate as the Drowsy is put in, and Bob is super low, but they do have a lot of damage, but not enough. It was a good play mechanically. Like Violet, he was the one who buffered the jump under the turret that got Vista into a dire spot. He's the one that jumped back in for the kill. And speaking of which, they're going for it again. But again, Willer is down on the bottom side, and they cannot get the kill onto Vista. That's just going to be another kill into Willer's pockets as they're looking for more. The Make It Rain will slow him down, and that bandage will get the job done. Another couple of kills for HondaLife in the bottom lane.
Some plate gold going over here to Bob and Tally, though, in mid. We'll be able to stop that last plate from going down here. It looks like Chovy will. So a little bit of value here, but I mean, when you're looking at the greater scheme of things here across the map, if you look at some of those CS numbers, you know, I avert your eyes, unfortunately, if you're a Peace fan.
Well, avert your eyes if you are a Deft fan. He has no health and no mana as he is trying to get those kills or those shots down. But Bobip is going to get a very nice shutdown. He was 2-0-2 with Deft. And Bob is just going to pick up that money, so we'll be able to finish that first item early as Morgan's getting to work. The dominance will be forced here. Visitachi just trying to survive, and here comes Talia.
Around those objectives like I was talking about in draft, it's just been straight up in the lane here, as Deft is going to take now a 2,000 gold lead as this tower falls. His split pushing win condition and the ability to threaten is going to be really nullified by the fact that Morgan is now starting to become very fed, and the fact that they have a Talia that can easily match this. And Tally, speak of him.
Okay, here we go. Willer getting jumped on, but Morgan is only going forward. Willer is in so much trouble as the 2v1 will come into effect. Here comes the rotation from the side of HondaLife, and Deft is here, and again, he is the scariest member. Where did that guy go? As poor Rakan is not going to be healthy enough to survive against this, and neither to this. And I think that map vision control to the side of HondaLife is helping them identify that rotation.
Yeah, just a missed ward there. Unfortunately not able to sweep that one away. They stand on it. You can see Morgan is just getting free pushed with this Herald that was taken earlier, just moments ago, and no one is responding to this at the moment. Willer is here too, and the problem with the Aurelia split push is, yes, you can get a little bit done here, but you're always under fear that Willer is
not wasting any time or letting any of these solo laners of Peace get online.
Yeah, HondaLife Esports are really just kind of speed running the game almost in its most efficient way. Yes, Morgan's got a really nice flank angle here, needs to be respected. This is such a terrifying moment here for Peace because they don't know where that Aatrox is lurking. Just gonna take the Wolves for now. Do have Tally with teleport, so he's able to free farm on the bottom side of the map right now, which is great news for him as they're able to successfully defend this turret. Morgan, though, still lying in wait.
Oh, boy. I knew that Deft was itching to just use that ultimate because I mean, why not? Well, we're going to see Peace go for one last try here as see you later, Bobbin just immediately gets blown up by the Misfortune. And nobody on the side of HaMaLife is going to go down.
Right, I mentioned it earlier, it still hasn't happened. And if you're a Peace fan, you might be frustrated going, wow, we just got gapped, you know, it's Chovy, what are you going to do? Respect Chovy is showing here, knowing that Aladoric is very likely nearby, is able to identify that, and Tally will actually grab a little bit of extra gold here in this turret. And as we look at the next few moments here for Peace, letting it taken, you're losing out as well. Vizitachi does have teleport in the side lane, but it can be easily interrupted if he decides to try to come in late. And this is actually a 4v4 fight HaMaLife Esports would love to take.
Oh, look at this. Bobbin, he found his entry, and this is the moment he wanted to find. They get Willer, and Vista's getting taken down here quickly as well. HaMaLife are falling apart, and Peace found the perfect engage. It's down in the bottom side. We do have Morgan going toe-to-toe with Vizitachi. Vizitachi actually just showing him his heels. HaMaLife still with the lead, and they find a nice little macro maneuver is what time as there is a ward in the pit, and HaMaLife will be looking for the follow-up. It's going to be the turn from the side of Peace as they are looking for the kill on the Morgan, but that's not going to work out as the bullet time comes in. It does huge damage from over the wall. HaMaLife will clean up the river fight, and now they can take that Baron.
I mean, look, if you're Peace, you're running out of money, you're at the casino, you're going to bet it all on purple, and there's no real great play to make here. You can't get back to defend your base quickly enough against the onslaught that is the mid push that HaMaLife Esports have. You know they have vision on the Baron. You know you probably don't have a fast enough clear, but if they hesitate, if they choke for just a minute, maybe you get a free Baron, you get those empowered recalls, you can turn the game. It does not happen, but you can't fault them for trying.
Well, not this time around, as Willer and Morgan will be able to run down Bobbin. And you can see that Peace were desperate to try to take this Mountain Soul away from HaMaLife, at least deny it for yet. We're talking about it before Worlds, but now it's becoming more and more apparent with every game we see it, just how powerful that ultimate can be. But let's take a look at the teleport as HaMaLife want to go forward. That is going to be the Curse of the Sad Mummy on 3, and in goes Vista. The flank tries to go on Chovy, but he has a stopwatch, and that will be enough to save his life and win this game for HaMaLife Esports. Peace are routed. They have nowhere to go. Violet is trying to survive here in the pit, and he will be able to, but only him as Aladoric. Oh, what? He let him live. What a nice guy. Actually let him live, and he walked away. There you go. Okay, well, that's going to be game number 1, easily going into the hands of HaMaLife Esports. Even a little BM at the end. They get that final kill, and they will secure their second win. Wondering if they need more AP damage just up front. Obviously, if you do throw it into the mid lane, which is what this could definitely look. Fair League of Legends, just head-to-head here. Grepthar has been landing some nice stuns, and actually, they did see the Lulu. Tarzan just pops the Predator. They have Iwani nearby, but they may not know about Titan. It's a 3-on-3, heads up, going in here. Tarzan taking a little bit too much damage, and that is first blood. Given over to Titan. We also got a gank in the top side. No flash here for Ale. Cheers to some of the players, some of the teams here at Worlds. Make sure you go on Twitter and hashtag Verizon 5G all chat, and you can have your message read here on live studio. So here we go. We got an engage.
How do you both defend the Rift Herald and rotate in to deny this Drake? You can't do both, so extra gold going in there with those plates. They grab this first Infernal very late into the game, but still, the lead continues here for Red Cannons. Nice macro play.
Yeah, still absolutely fantastic. Looks like this top lane a little bit less good for the side of Gigo as we got an all-in. Ale just, he had to not step up and take all that free damage as now he's trying to get another ward down, but he might be even in more hurt here. Has no flashes available. He face checks the warded brush. And unfortunately for him, the timing was perfect for LNG. The roam up to the top side as they will pick up the Red Cannons top laner once again. And even looking for a little bit more. They're trying to extend onto the Xin Zhao here. Aegis alone in the jungle is going to have to use that ultimate, and now he is going to flash over to his Aurelia as they're getting back in here, actually. As we do have the Vanguard's edge, and a stun landing. The damage is there on top of Tarzan. Have our MasterCard first mythic of the game. I believe it was one of those Eclipses that did get built. Wouldn't be surprised if it was the Jace, as we do have a one-on-one here, and Tarzan is...
Especially one that does not have those two summoners. This is where you cast your mind back to that moment in the mid lane where he was almost... Tarzan's going to pick up a second kill here. This will also, of course, with that extra pressure on the map, give them a second Drake. Yeah. And LNG are really starting to take all the vision away from the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, and you really need to keep in mind that this has all happened in the last... Then they got the summoners and the kill onto Teton, as well as getting a gigantic push in the bottom lane. So alongside of that, they get the Cloud Drake, and everything is just slowly...
feeding here for LNG, you know, they are able to... Red Cannons here put the pressure on in the middle of the red side jungle, while also Guigo gets free turret pressure there and grabs the turret itself there on the bottom side of the map. So we're going to see a big teleport flank.
This is gigantic. And look at the engage onto two of them. Jojo and Aegis getting totally caught out here in their own jungle. Aegis now trying to turn it around. He's not able to.
Because he was pushing so deep that even he can't help. Guigo comes in to teleport, but the fight is over before he can actually pop his ultimate and make an impact.
Well, we do have a fight here, as of course we did take a look at that new Axe effect replay, but now we're just taking a look at the new effect of the Lulu dying, as she just immediately does go down. And this is getting dicey very quickly for the side of Red Cannons. They're just getting caught all over the map, and LNG, they're an LPL team, and they are just finding you everywhere on this one. As we do have to
roster brings with these itemizations they're having. I mean, with two Eclipses, you've got a Gragas who's got...
But you can see that LNG are doing a pretty good job of spreading themselves out themselves, but maybe a little bit too much. This Dragon is getting low. It's looking good to go into the hands of him. He's not going to get it. Have they overextended is the question. Teton looking for the bullet time over the wall, not going to go down, and you can see the burst damages coming in, and now the cannon just disappears as Icon isn't even needed. And that is the pick you need. You take down Aurelia, you take down Kennen, and all of a sudden, that flank and team fight potential of Red Cannon is just taken away.
I mean, Giga wanted to use a slicing maelstrom there. That's why he was walking forward.
Gold in their pockets as well, as Icon is in a little bit of a funky situation, and he did use his... enough to just push in and wait for this kill potentially. Teton, if he took that wrong side, he's still gonna die.
To stop this Baron through a choke point, you have no vision. So what could be the case right now, even though they are finishing this Baron, is what happened the last 3 times when Red Cannons didn't have any
siege potential just with Jace.
I mean, Gragas too, and the Lucian can obviously just pop his ultimate on anyone who gets nearby.
They can't touch you. Just stop the flank.
One more,
you should be totally fine.
One more chance for Red Cannons here. Grab throw on the flank.
Oh, Icon's playing with this food too. He's even going in on this one. Not sure about that, but he's got the follow-up. Nice wild growth. And finally we see the slicing maelstrom, but it feels like we should have seen it maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago, because now it's just a little bit too little too late, as Ale is still full health. Nearly kills Jojo. Jesus. Gonna almost take him down. And this might just be LNG winning here. They still have this Baron, and they are going to be able to poke this one down. Another nice knock-up from the Rakan as Ale goes in, the team goes in, and everybody's just looking to wipe them up here in the fountain. As we still have Baron, remember, guys. They're just going to go ahead, take down the 2 turrets, and look to end this game and take their 3rd victory of play-ins here for Group A at the World's Play-ins Group Stage.
LNG with a rocky start to the beginning of this game. They played the Zed mid for Icon. I like the Leona better because strong counter pick for lane. You've got the Xayah already very strong into this matchup, so... This is my biggest issue with the Rakan. If you took the Thresh, I'm okay with it. You take the Pike even, you have a lot of pick potential. And there were a lot of options. Those minions, they do have to back away. Only getting the heal out of Violet, in fact, so not even getting any flashes there. So once again, it's all action in the mid lane.
All right, getting in there on to Cody and
6, but I don't think you want to commit with Cody nearby. This is actually really risky.
Ooh, Ackerman's here, and so is White Lotus. They're just gonna jump onto this guy. Even
it's just so difficult. Emotes flashed here because they know stealing this one away is basically unrealistic at this point. They're going for it.
Oh, but guys got that ultimate. The Meganar could not come any sooner. He's begging for it. Here it is, and he's gonna get them against the wall. The 2 will immediately go down, and Bobbin is no different. The sleep comes in way too little. Way too late, as it's a triple kill already for Bugax, and they're looking for a bit more.
And then boom! Double stuns there, the follow-up from Ackerman. So perfectly done in the choke point like that. They were the ones coming in.
We got more fighting. They're trying to burst down Cody before any of this goes, and they will get down, actually. Solid Snake as well in a lot of trouble, and Infinity.
2 and 3, but that doesn't really tell the story of his lead against Cody because he's 40 CS up right now. And all of those minions crashing into the mid turret means less gold for Cody.
Bugak says red buff. Vizichachi has no flash right now. He's just going to get run down in the top side. This is something they even talked about in that recent interview with Bobbitt. Like, they need to win these lanes and get a comfortable spot in the mid game. As I say that, but Tali's getting CC'd down. The Vanguard's in from the Silas too.
We just have to get to those fights first, and they have to stave the bleeding before then. They're looking for a fight on the Tally right now.
Yeah, he's trying to bait him in for the Leona, but guess what? Solid Snake's here too. Nice dodge by Tally. He's trying to buy time for the Lilia to make his way up here. As a sleep will come in onto both of them. The Lee Sin trying to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. Swift up by the Lilia. Big gnar into the wall, but Bugax is just a little bit burned, quite literally. And yeah, just really doing a good job, I think, playing around Bugax. Infinity. A little bit strung out here at the moment. Solid Snake. He did get taken down and shut down by the Lilia. He is still very impressive, and he's actually looking for more. The autos come in. Vizichachi
down the fort on the top side of the map, but every time resources are committed to kill him, I mean, he's only died once this game. Every time that happens, go to those real 5v5 team fights, use that lead to gain advantages elsewhere, as White Lotus is alone.
Well, he's going to have to flash out of that one. If he didn't flash, he was so dead. So definitely
found himself in against Tally. Really hurts Infinity's ability to use this Gnar power. And yes, they pick up the second Rift Herald, and they are going to be able to grab.
As you mentioned, it's just like, you're not really going to be able to kill Bobbitt unless you CC him 100-0. And that's a really scary thought, especially because Ackerman's trying to get this engaged. Here comes the Lee Sin. Really nice kick over the wall, actually, into the stolen solar flare from the Silas, so they get the Leona. As here we go, finally they're able to lock down Bobbitt.
This.
Yeah. Looks like Infinity want to go for the turn. It is against the Zaya. Not going to be easy to lock down, but with the Mega Gnar, they're looking for Tally. As here comes Solid Snake. Going to look for the slow at least, and this is quite the far chase. They might be able to get Tally, maybe, as Cody nearly dies to Violet, and Tally is still on the run.
Can be CC'd 100-0 if he is isolated while he's trying to be greedy. Meanwhile,
we're not wasting any time getting into more fights. Bugak's trying to go 1v1 with Vizichachi, but we got the teleport coming in, but it's not doing enough for the side of peace, and now the Silas is getting to work, but he's got Ignite onto him, and you see the damage here from Tally is just a little bit too much. Cody is going to get flashed on and hit down with that W. As now we do have the rotations coming in. We got Infinity looking for a little bit more. As the sleep will go down and the Zonius is there for Bobbitt, but where is the follow-up? It's just not
that's
there.
Here for Infinity. It's actually going to give them a free soul point. But it does feel like this could have
that into the Aphelios who's got Crescendum and is just waiting. He's champing at the bit. Here we go. Speaking of which, they're going to get on top of the Leona, who has to blow her stopwatch, as now trying to go forward. The Solar Player not able to do too much, and now we'll go to Leona first, as we have Bobbitt getting wrecked on the top side, not able to survive for long enough. Tally is trying to go 1v5, quite literally. He's going to get one, and now we have the Zaya looking for the turn. Unbelievable plays right now, as the Aurelia goes in, but unfortunately gets stunned down. Maybe the dream is dead. Violet! Vizichachi trying to turn this one around, and they should be able to, but Bugax is way too fed as the red buff. Will it be enough? No, it will not. You know, sometimes it's enough, but sometimes when you're facing a Federelli, it is not. As we're seeing an engage right now onto the Jace. They're trying to drop down Vizichachi, and they will be able to. They take down the Jace. A huge sleep is coming in. Let's see if the Aurelia can get it done. Tally is in the back line doing so much damage, but he will eventually be taken out by Bugax. As we do not see the Aphelios this time, but Bugax is like, I don't care, I'm the AD carry. Unfortunately, not really able to stand up to Violet and his red buff. He is chasing.
And we're going to see this Drake fight here. This is for Cloud Soul itself, not Cloud Soul Point. They've already gotten that.
You overextend and you get 4-man slept by Bobbitt, who's having yet a one
here. Play around the fact that if you do lock up the Aurelia long enough, you might be able to kill a Solid Snake.
Oh man, he was backing on a ward, and that is not the time to be doing that. Tally. Over the wall with the ult flash. The kick not going to help out too much. Even nearly gets Cody into some trouble.
Visitachi in good position to poke.
They're going to try to contest here, but as you mentioned, no smite, no hope of taking the Baron. And now you see the turn comes out here from the side of Peace, and they'll just get a bonus orange buff on top of it all, taking down the Gnar. As Bobip even getting a bit more, going to force that cleanse out of White Lotus. Had to use a bunch of stuff to get that out, but you can see Peace, they are not done just yet. The flash comes in, big charm though, and now we got White Lotus actually kiting back. You gotta be careful about this. TP now coming in, but it looks like Peace, even though they get themselves into a little bit of a dangerous spot.
This is going to be really, really critical as it's timing out now. And this is when Peace are going to look to pounce. There's the solar flare.
Well, they want White Lotus. He doesn't have cleanse this time. If the stun went down, that could have been his doom, as the stun here from the Aurelia going to be missed, as we got Solid Snake on the backline, but he's being torn to shreds right now by the Xayah. And Infinity just a little bit out of sorts here as we have the flash come in, the sleep onto the Aphelios, and now will come the cavalry. Peace are looking to take down all of these bowling pins in one fell swoop, as Tally now diving under the turret will be able to snipe this one. Actually, Chachi does pick it up, but with the Baron, they will be looking to end this game.
Oh, very, very close game, back and forth. But once Tally's lead started to snowball so much that he was practically immortal in these team fights, Bobip's follow-ups were solid, and this is a very, very decisive win here in what was a very tumultuous mid-game for Peace. Silas is extremely strong. You can actually steal Twisted Fate's ultimate, then use it to match that rotation as well without utilizing your teleport. It's a kind of one of the oldest tricks in the book, right? To follow that. Yes, that Chovy is losing in mid as that wave is just under turret range, and I don't think you're getting a pick here.
Here we go. They're going to get the teleport down on the bottom side, but this time it's looking a little bit more dangerous for Life as Shoto's leading the charge, but the damage is actually coming out from Deft as another teleport comes in, though, as the flash is good from Gigo. He's going to be able to get both of them with the counter-strike. As now with the follow-up.
Anyway, at the end of the day, but this is such a great macro play. The trade-off, though, is the CS.
Morgan is able to buffer it, but it doesn't matter when there's three of them in the top lane. Morgan is trying to survive. They're going to force a flash as we got action in the mid lane as well. Chovy trying to tank it up, and the damage is there, but
Willer upper mid for a little while himself to pick up some of the slack there. He's also finding himself behind in CS, but the kills are coming through as Morgan is collapsed on twice in this game.
Oh, Ignite, he's looking for it. The kill on the Gigo, and he's
Willer is going to help clear up this dragon. It's going to be first straight going over to Life Esports. Chovy's lead.
Room at least for Titan to do anything to CS down on the bottom side, but getting this is pretty nice. As now we have the Destiny here on this one, but Chovy is right in front. Trying to stop this, trying to knock Aegis away, and it will be enough as they do get the eye. As in comes Aegis, trying to look for a little bit more. Morgan is going to be frontlining. Here comes Willer. That wall does absolutely nothing, but it is going to buy some time for him to get in position. Yellow card comes in, but now look at Chovy and Vista going wild. Vista,
even though he knows Jojo is there, he's like, yeah, that was whatever. That's 2/3 your health bar. You're gonna have to regen that up.
Good shot is going to miss. We're still gonna drop this Rift Arrow though, as it does come down, and here comes the Destiny, but Gigo is so low, he doesn't have his ultimate. Oh, he's not going to be able to survive there. As you see, Aegis now trying to survive. They're trying to get this damage onto Morgan, and they finally do, but
Chovy has a free lane. He's already ahead in CS. He's just trying to crash waves in. Here comes an engage from Vista.
Okay, they're going to try to make this happen. That's a lot of damage on a Jojo. Look at this support go, Vista. There are no brakes on this train, as he will finally go down. That's why you should probably put brakes on the train. Here's a teleport that's coming on in. Grepthar getting jumped on, not able to survive against the Kaisa, as now Morgan's getting into the fun. Gonna miss on that one, but it's fine because I suppose Def just gonna flash the wall and look for the kills.
The Noon Quiver and the Serrated Dirk, that's all he's got in this moment. But he knows it's enough to kill a Twisted Fate if he ults in. Like, this is the star power of Def, the experience, a player who's been in Worlds on multiple teams, playing in this play-ins here, and he's dominating.
Well, Chovy, he is gonna flash, and you know what? Yeah, with the Kingslayer, he's like, nope, you guys don't have anti-heal just yet.
And even Life, honestly, but he has grown up so much this season. Morgan!
Just to add to the little bit of
teleport comes through, but like, it doesn't matter. It's more fighting in.
Here we go. They tried to get onto Vista. By the way, he has stopwatch, guys. Called it out before. Now Toby's going into 4, though, as he is somehow going to survive and try to turn it around with that Everfrost. Not quite the cleanest fight we've ever seen, as Red are trying to get on in there. Now Dev trying to 1v1.
They didn't drop the Rift Herald earlier, crashed him, but they didn't get the turret, and now Morgan's happy to sweep up the last.
Okay, just came up right now.
There he comes.
So here they go, as the Weaver's Wall will come in, but the Shintow turnaround is huge, as the damage from the MF does basically nothing, but they kite it back, and Red Cannons have the damage here. The Jax in the front line now going extremely deep, but you have the follow-up from JoJo as well as Greftar. A super close fight, as so many low health bars on the side.
Contest despite the ward being here. You know you don't have any other support, but this means that not only do HaMaLife Esports trade up 2-1 in the fight, but they still get that Infernal.
Nice way to protect their MF, right? There are multiple ways you consider the Camille, you consider the Kaisa, the Silas, right?
They arise. If HaMaLife Esports play the rest of this game out perfectly, don't make any mistakes, don't extend, then it is.
Unfortunately, the scan is going to miss the ward behind that wall as they're trying to get on top of Vista here. He's just going to try to flash and doesn't have his aftershock. Finally, he does, and that will be enough to keep him alive. As now Chovy and Morgan get a massive flank teleport behind the entire team. As Aegis is a little bit too
gone. He can wrap around. Morgan can get in there too. And what was a really proactive play for Red Cannon this attempt means that they don't have the group up to actually contest this Drake. So that's a free. I mean, with a miracle, you could still pull it off here, but the variance level has gone pretty low now. HaMaLife Esports in firm control.
Yep, absolutely. And you see Greftar is trying his best to do some split pushing. He knows that he can't help stop the onslaught of the Red Bull Baron power play from the side of HaMaLife Esports. It's just going to balloon extremely fast and furiously. And as you mentioned, I mean, Infernal Drake on any of these champions is going to be huge, as trying to get the root here. Chovy is going to miss literally everything, but he has another stun, as that will be enough to get
in a lot of these scenarios. I mean, you could see how great Greftar is at dodging these skill shots, dodging these stuns, but he can't pull it off.
Okay,
here we go.
Into that backline. JoJo gets a huge ultimate, but look at Chovy just rip through the entire front line with that stolen bullet time, and that is going to be enough to put the nail in the coffin. HaMaLife Esports will be winning this game as they take down the enemy jungler. HaMaLife Esports will end up in this group of the play-in stage at 3-1 after they take down the Red Cannons right here.
They firmly put themselves in pole position for that second place spot. Second highest seed you can get going into that final match to put yourself in the group stage. HaMaLife, bit of a rocky start against LNG, their Infinity Esports game. Not as clean as you would have hoped, but they're